into professional training and coaching. One of the things that I've personally experienced and found very, very insightful is to work with the energy, and I use various tools from Access Consciousness, NLP, and love to explore different modalities and tools related to ancient healing to enhance energy and also to regulate the mind. So I also actively practice heartfulness meditation. I'm also a heartfulness coach. And today it's my pleasure to be here, share with you all how we could actually go about preserving our energy, not just in our daily lives, but especially in these challenging times right now. So one request that I have is anyone who has any questions, let's keep it towards the end in the interest of time, because we just have like 25 odd minutes to go. So what we will do today is explore some tools to preserve energy and also look at what is possible for us. So there are different tools that we could explore today, and I will take you all through a couple of them. And what we will do is, before we get into the tools, I'd like to ask you all a question. So we all have challenges in our life, right? So where do you all think our difficulties or challenges arise from? Hello?
Hi, Sunita. This is Suma. Could you just repeat your question, please?
So we all have problems or challenges in life. So where do we think that these arise from? So we need, say, situations, health, in the current scenario, our own self, our relationships, rate. Any other responses?
Hi Sunita, this is Karuna here. I think most of the problems are within ourselves.
Within ourselves, okay.
We are the reason for most of the problems that we create for ourselves.
Okay. And when we talk about ourselves, where within ourselves?
It could be
Raj or Karuna?
In our thoughts, I suppose.
Overthinking.
In
sometimes.
Our thoughts. Overthinking, okay. Okay. And Raj, you have any idea? Any thoughts? You said our own selves. Thoughts, okay. Perceptions, right? Okay, great. So we've always, from I think our childhood, we've been taught about the physical world. We've been taught about sensing and touching and feeling, and you know, we get to see people, we get to feel things, and even while we are in school, there is a physical training period, but then there is nothing that is taught to us about our energy, our own energy. Now, while there is a physical world that we can see and we can experience, there is a whole world of energy as well, which we cannot see, right? So we live in a world of duality. And when we while we experience the physical world, we do not really, we're not taught to experience the energy world. So most of our problems, challenges in life occur in the energy field. So we are surrounded by an energy field, an energetic field, and we just don't have the physical body, but there is an energetic body around us, right? So when we actually tune into our energy and see what exactly is the challenge over there in the energy field, and start healing the energy and start using the energy in a manner that we can actually you know, work with it and resolve the challenges that are there in the energetic world, I think a lot more possibilities exist, and all the difficulties that we've noticed that exist earlier, kind of start going away. They just start fading away because a lot of times what happens is in the beginning we have to consciously use our energy. So energy in the form of thoughts, like you all said, some of you said, Suma said, our intentions, our emotions, our feeling, all of these are nothing but energy. Now, what I have noticed is in my life, I've had a lot of challenges and had a lot of difficulties. I did not know how to wade through those difficulties at all. Now, since the last 4 years, I've been using energy to work for me. And whenever I have faced a major difficulty or challenge in life, I have used energy to work for me. And since then, what I've noticed is the similar kind of difficulty, if it comes up, rather than reacting to the situation, I am able to respond. Okay. So, like, um, so any problem that we have in our life, um, it is basically related to our energy. So whenever there is a challenge in relationships or challenge in your own health or challenge in of work or any other kind of challenge in any area of your life, we need to um, you know we need to look at how our energy is working for us. So what we'll do is we will do a quick breathing exercise. I'm sure because of this current situation that we have, um, voice is breaking, is it? Let me just check, please. Is it better now?
Yes, Sunita, it is better. I think at some point or the other, you're having some lag in the sound. Maybe your
Okay.
maybe the connectivity.
Yeah, sure. I'm checking on that. Okay. So let's do this. Whenever we have, I was just speaking to my neighbor 4 5 days back, and she was sharing with me that there is an unseen fear within her. She actually is a pet lover, and she loves to rear cats. So she, at any point of time, she has about 9 or 10 cats at her home. And someone who's very courageous, I would say. I've noticed her from the last 20 years. So she was saying in the current scenario that she is feeling some unseen kind of a fear. So if any one of you have a similar kind of experience where you do not know what's happening, but there is a kind of fear, here is a quick breathing exercise that you could practice, because our breath basically is the uh, source of energy. I mean, it's a source of connection that we have with the creator, and that is where we take in the life energy from. So one of the things that you could do, it's a very quick simple practice, is to inhale from your nose. Inhale from your nose. Maybe we could all practice it now, and then exhale through your mouth like this. So you purse your lips and then exhale completely. So when you inhale, you take in your breath completely, fill your lungs completely, and then you exhale through your mouth, pursing your lips, completely emptying the lungs. So can we all do it right now?
Can we see you doing it? Because right now I can only see the
Yeah.
screen.
Okay, sure. So I'll have to stop the screen sharing. Yes. Yeah. Are you all able to see me?
Yes.
So great. So what we'll do is just inhale through the nose. So we could do it 4-5 times. So this is like a very quick technique to move from a fear center to kind of activate a parasympathetic system and ensure that the brain gets neurotransmitters called GABA, which is kind of slowing down our breath. In a minute, you will notice that your breath comes down to about 4 to 6 times. So when you do this, we are actually changing our nervous system. And when we change our nervous system, we move from the fight or flight mode to a very relaxed kind of situation where we are able to respond than react. So this is a quick tool that we could use at any point of time. I'm going back to the PPT. So again, like our energy is worth more than any material matter. So basically, it's like the currency in the world that we live in. It's actually greater than any other form of material asset that we possess. So the kind of energy that we possess, it is created through our thoughts, our feelings, our intentions, and energetic love. So we could always use our energy very, very wisely by at this point of time specifically by blessing our loved ones. On that note, I would like you to take you through. I would like to take you through a very small, exercise of loving kindness. So if you can all sit very comfortably and then close your eyes and take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Take a deep breath in and then again exhale it out. Take another deep breath in and exhale it out completely. Just let it go. So think about times when you have judged yourself. I think most of us, I've noticed, judge ourselves a lot. I think one of the key takeaway that I've had in the last 5 years is stop judging yourself, no matter what, no matter how things are and how your relationships are or your career is or what challenges you have in life. Just stop judging yourself. So one of the things that we could do is to just pass on loving kindness to our own self. So if you could just think about passing it on first to your own self before you pass it on to anyone else in your life, right? So just repeat this silently, mentally in your own mind. May I be blessed. May I have loving kindness. May I have health. May I be able to overcome all obstacles. May I be blessed. May I have loving kindness. May I have good health. May I be able to overcome all obstacles. May I be blessed. May I be healthy. May I have loving kindness. May I be able to overcome all obstacles. Now think about someone you love very dearly. Bring that person to your mind and imagine that you are with this person who you love and respect the most. Imagine how you feel in this person's company. Now silently repeat in your mind, may you be blessed. May you have loving kindness. May you be healthy. May you be able to overcome all obstacles. May you be blessed. May you be healthy. May you have loving kindness. And may you be able to overcome all obstacles. May you be blessed. May you have loving kindness. May you be healthy. And may you be able to overcome all obstacles. Just notice how you feel and stay with that feeling for a few moments. And whenever you're ready, you can just come out, you can open your eyes with a big smile on your face. So this blessing your own self and blessing another, it can be extended to your friend circle, it can be extended to someone who's very neutral. Now this can be extended to someone who's been hostile to you as well. What it does is it instantaneously shifts your energy. Then there is another tool that I'd like to share, which is called the Lotus of Gratitude. The Lotus of Gratitude, this is something that I recently kind of experienced when we had a session with Nitya Shanti. So if you could bring your 10 fingers together like this and bring your fingers towards your heart, wherever your heart is located, in the center or towards the left. And as you place your fingers near your heart, think about 10 things in your life that you are really grateful for at this point of time. 10 things that you have in your life which you're really grateful for. And as you start counting one by one, open up the lotus, open up the one finger by one finger. It's like a beautiful lotus opening up. And then you do it until you complete all the 10 fingers. So one at a time, think about the things that are really, that you are really grateful for in your life at this point of time. Once you're done, you can bring your hands and place them in your heart center, near your heart, and just express gratitude that you have all of these things in your life. And think about how grateful you are that these are the things that are really working for you in your life right now. Once you're done, you can open your eyes with a big smile. And this is something that I've started practicing every morning and every night, while I randomly used to do at any point of time in the day earlier. But this is something that one could practice in the morning after waking up, and in the night just before sleeping at the end of the day, for all the blessings one has had during the day. So it's a beautiful exercise that one could start practicing. Now, we've seen a couple of tools. There's another tool that I'd like to share with you all. Have you ever noticed that you enter into a room and you kind of, sense something not fine, some kind of a discomfort that you have? Or have you ever noticed that um, you are at home and someone has come in to the house, and suddenly there is some kind of an uneasiness and kind of fear or anxiety that starts getting built up because of the person who has come in, because that's because our energy bodies kind of interact, and then a kind of sensing happens, a perceiving happens. So at these times, I've noticed that there is a lot of um anxiety that is there in the atmosphere, in the environment, specifically because I'm staying at home, and neighbors, there are neighbors, there are people around in the building apartments who are who've been kind of anxious. They have this fear, what will happen. There is a lot of uncertainty, right, in the atmosphere. And in fact, yesterday someone was asking, what is the information that we should consume, what is the information we should not consume. There is so much of information that we have access to, and kind of makes us wonder what is it that we should take in, and what is it that we should just let it be. So here's the thing, look at what information is making you comfortable, what information is making you light, and what information is making you heavy. There is a feeling that you get, there is a sensing that happens in your own system. So if there's something that is making you heavy, that means that it is not for you. Or if there's something that is making you light, that means that you're feeling absolutely comfortable with that information. So we all have various modes of communication. I think WhatsApp is the biggest mode of communication that anyone uses. There are various other apps that we use, information channels, but then most of the information that we get on WhatsApp may or may not be true. So one of the things that I have learned is that 98% of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions do not belong to us. How does it get any better than that? They do not belong to us, they belong to someone else. Maybe our parents, maybe the environment, maybe neighbors, maybe someone else, relatives. They do not really belong to us. So if that is the case, whenever you feel this fear or anxiety, like my neighbor was sharing, that there is an unseen fear that she's sensing, it is not hers. So one of the quick tool that we could use when we are in this kind of a situation where we feel heavy, or where we feel judgment, or where we feel that there is a point of view that we are not able to digest, is to ask ourselves, who does this belong to? And as you ask this question, you will feel a kind of lightness. Maybe it just is a deep breath that you release, okay? Um, like just a sigh of relief that happens, or maybe there is a shift in your energy in your body and you just feel light. So that is when you will repeat a statement saying, return to sender with consciousness attached. So it's a very simple tool which works very powerfully. If you could use it for the next 3 days, it will work great, especially in these times that that we have a lot of information that we're consuming through various channels, and most of the thoughts, feelings, or emotions that we have do not really belong to us. So a simple tool that we could practice is, who does this belong to? And then return it to the sender. Why are we saying with consciousness attached? Is because there's no judgment, there's no energy that we are giving, there is no conclusion or specific point of view. We're just sending it back to the person who has kind of given it to us. So there's a lot of perceiving that happens. We sense a lot of things, we feel a lot of things because we're human beings. So the one of the brilliant tool that I have used in recent times is Who Does This Belong To? And it works just absolutely brilliantly. So anytime, every time you have a thought or a feeling or an emotion, any emotion, you can just ask yourself this question. Or if you're feeling heavy in your system or uncomfortable, you can ask this question, who does it belong to? I'm just seeing the chat. Okay. Once you ask this question, the simple thing that you could do is return to sender with consciousness attached. So this is another brilliant tool that I wanted to share with you. And the possibility is that through the practice of preserving our energy, we contribute to a healing field. A healing field where we expand our consciousness, and when we heal ourselves, we help heal the world. So that is a brilliant possibility that we have in front of us if we only allow that to happen, if we make a choice to preserve our energy. The thing is that actually every one of us would have learned that everything around us is energy. We are energy beings, but how do we preserve our energy? I don't think so anybody has really taught us. So my endeavor through this half-hour session was to share some quick tools with you, which you can use and share with your loved ones, so that we are able to preserve our energy and protect ourselves from whatever is happening around us. So the idea is that wherever we are, no matter what is going on around us, we will always be in a position where we are adding value to the people around us and to the spaces that are around us. So that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I will share with you all the links to the tools that I've given, and a little more information so that you can refer and use it for yourself. If you have any questions, please ask.
Sunita, this is Jagan here. Am I audible?
Yes, Jagan, you're loud and clear. Please tell me.
Yeah, I just wanted to really thank you, first of all, for giving this wonderful session, actually. So one thing
My
that
pleasure.
I see very valuable, I just keep relating with stuff. So 98% of this stuff out there, which is negative, actually doesn't belong to us. I simply see this as another way of relating to the principle of garbage truck.
Yes.
We can
Yes.
give back the garbage where it belongs to. Without, be with consciousness, as you said.
Yes,
so it doesn't belong
that's
to
important.
me.
Yeah.
We can say with very affirmation as well as consciousness that this doesn't belong to me. So I'm sending it back to wherever it can. It is just an empowering tool, actually, but very empowering tool, actually.
Very, very empowering tool. So if we could use it for 3 days, you will see a lot of shift in the energy in the system, and absolutely you will feel light no matter what your weight is. So it's a brilliant tool to use.
I've been dropping that as well, but little slowly, surely though.
Okay, great. I had one more last tool to share that is something that is following this session, but I'll take questions before we get there.
Hi, Sunita.
Hi, Ramana.
It was a very fantastic session. And
okay, thank you so much.
Really liked it. And just this word, judge yourself, judging yourself. Can you just elaborate on that? Yeah.
So we judge ourselves in different ways, Ramana. Like, my, hair, it's kind of balding. I don't look that great anymore. This is a judgment, right? Or having put on a lot of weight from the last 10 years. Okay, not loving myself as much as I would have loved earlier is a judgment.
Okay.
So whenever I look into the mirror, if I am looking at the spots or my fatness or my the lacks in me, that's a judgment. So stop judging yourself.
Great, wonderful.
That is the point.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunita. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So any more questions? So if we don't have any questions, can we have a small, someone
Sunita,
was saying
Bama.
something.
Hi.
Yes, Bama, hi.
Hi, Bama. Very good evening. Good to see your
Good
saving.
evening.
I think that is one of my biggest relief, and I've been saying that to you all the time, and I repeat that in front of everyone. Thank you so much. Your smile
Thank
itself,
you,
spreads
Bama.
lot of positivity, which we can. I mean, I can definitely feel it. Just curious, when you said that your conscious send it back to the person from whom you're receiving the negative feelings, is what you said, right? Attach the consciousness and send them back.
Yes. Yes.
Is it like just going to help me or the person also to whom I'm sending?
So it's first of all, it's going to help us, and since we are returning it to the person from where it came without any judgment, with consciousness attached, in the sense that we are not judging it, we're not giving any negative energy, okay, or any positive energy, we're just sending it back to that person. Okay, so it helps both the people. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna try that for the next 3
whoever
days
is
and we'll
sending
share the outcome.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Sunita, and keep smiling.
You're
the
welcome.
same way. I wish
You're
everyone the
welcome.
same. Yeah.
You're welcome. So shall we have a bit of 1 minute of laughter as we enter into the next session? Actually, that was my last tool, laughter yoga, where we just laugh with the family members. In fact, you can set up a time during the day, evening 5 o'clock or morning 11 o'clock or whatever is the time in your community, and get together in your balconies and laugh your hearts out loud. So that's a tool that will instantaneously shift your energy and create a very, very beautiful feeling in the atmosphere. So shall we all try it? Maybe you can turn on your videos and kind of laugh out loud as you enter into the next session. I think Archana is doing a session right now. How does that get better? Come on, guys. I can see Jagan laughing his heart out with the mute on. Indra as well. Vinny sir. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Go and spread the smiles and laughter to all your family members. Enjoy your evening.
Okay, so I think we're pretty much done, right, Sunita?
Yes,
or shall we
yes.
move to the next meeting?
No, it's done. It's done.
Yeah. Okay.
There are
so
no questions, I think, right? So
thank you
that's
so much
okay.
for that wonderful session.
You're welcome.
Once again. Yeah. And I'd just like to say that these tools will really help us and, tide us through tough times, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, to the rest of you in the group, tomorrow's session is on Inner Circle, Outer Circle by Bama Shivakumar. Please do tune in. Same time. Thank you. Thank you, Sunita, once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Indira. Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye. So I'm going and ending the meeting.